Hey, just a quick update on a couple of things I forgot to mention. I've been thinking a lot about war, and I joined this subreddit on Reddit called War, and um, and I've been contemplating and meditating on its concepts for a few days now, and I don't. This is gonna sound off, but please don't take it the wrong way. Um, I'm not talking about a individual person per person basis. Um, People that have gone through this are 100 times more brave than I will ever be, and I a lot of honor and respect for people that have been in war and have been through that. What I'm talking about right now is the aggregate, the collective as a whole, as a species, what we are basically telling God to his face when we engage in brutality among civilians, among entire nations, and among fellow soldiers. What we were telling God is that we are not spiritually mature enough and we do not appreciate life enough to continue being responsible for our existence on this planet. What we were telling him is that we cannot take care of ourselves. We cannot control our emotions. We cannot control our greed. We cannot control our ego. And you know what? There's a little bit too much credit out there going out to the archons, going out to the demons, going out to all the darkness. We need to take self responsibility because all they're doing is feeding off of what we are doing. They may be exacerbating things and they may be pushing things in certain directions, but ultimately we're not forced into anything at all. It's ultimately our choice and our choice alone for all the choices we make, which includes going to war. Which I'm mentioning this now because of all the interesting developments taking place with the troop buildup in on the Ukraine border, with Taiwan, with a situation between Israel and Iran. Even though we've seen this all before, this isn't anything particularly new. We've been seeing this saber rattling taking place for years, yes, but what makes this time different is that it stepped itself up a big notch with the emergency declaration by our president, for example. So I am taking this more seriously, and as always, May for years now has been uh, a particularly high watch date for iPad Go 2 as well, because the fifth figure with the big numeral letter of 5 is sitting right behind Lily as she drops the apple, and this is what the current YouTubers have been discussing as well. But let's not date set. Let's not do silly things like that. Just realize that if we do end up finally going to war, that's what we as a collective are telling God, that we're not mature. We are immature spiritually. We don't appreciate life. We don't appreciate each other. We don't appreciate ourselves. And frankly, we don't deserve to be here in that case. And granted, I know the majority of people don't support violence and things like that. So, and this isn't a pacifist statement. I'm just kind of trying to look at things from a spiritual perspective. I know there's issues relating to resources and land and all these things that countries are desperate for. So I'm not making judgments necessarily because I don't know what I would do if I was a particular president in desperate need of certain resources, right? So I don't want to make too many judgments either, but again, I'm speaking as an aggregate as a whole. And when I got stuck in Florida 2 days, forgot to mention this to you guys. Uh, I never passed by the state highway the week prior to that when I was there. But these 2 days before I left, I drove by like 4 times State Highway 666 in Saint Petersburg, Florida. Look it up. It's a real highway. I saw with my own eyes. Look it up on Wikipedia. And as I was coming out of the bathroom um, to leave the house, I got another ominous message that I would say possibly could be related to our downfall or to war. And that has to do with this map. And it's nothing supernatural in particular. It just did something that any old map or paper would do, but it still felt a little odd and ominous to me. Let me show you. See how it just fell off. Again, nothing supernatural, but it could be a message. Could be. That's it, guys. Take it easy.